I'll give them just a little more. I'll give them just a little more. Just a little more. Always and forever I will be. I'll give them just a little more.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Little Mo, and this is the Little Mo Show. To my right is
Fred Mwangunga,
Okay.
MediaTakeout.com.
and he got on that blue suit today. Usually he wears green. I say, where you get that from? That's not a Steve Harvey. That's a Stefan Harvey. No. You litty. And to my right and left, I know you like, wait a minute. Is my mind playing tricks on me? But we got Twin 1 and Twin 2. Introduce yourself to everyone, because today we all the way live. I know it looks a bit different. You used to us being on the stage, but today we took it up a notch. We at the 4040 in NYC. And who better than to have than the people who run the joint?
Sherwin Robinson, Twin 2. Sheldon Robinson, Twin 1.
Wait a minute. Twin 2. So I should have started over here first. Wait, why you Twin 1?
I was born first.
And you was born second?
I was.
And y'all a difference
Well,
of...
that's what they told us. Who knows? I think I was born
Yeah,
second.
because unless it's on tape
Right.
or the internet, that means somebody might be lying. So wait, what your birthday is?
November 23rd and November 24th. Because I'm born before midnight and he's born after midnight. So we actually have 7 birthdays.
Wow, I never heard of that before. And so November 23rd, isn't that Thanksgiving?
It's
It
around
was,
there.
depending on the year. Last year it was Thanksgiving, yeah.
Oh wow, so y'all get to eat and have cake and celebrate. It's
Everything.
lit. And then you're born on the 24th
Yeah.
at like 12.
12:01. He was 11:46 on the 23rd.
Yeah, because when we were talking, you were saying y'all like 15 minutes apart. But what's crazy is, do you remember, do you know if your mom had a cesarean or y'all was, I think usually
That's a
with
good
twins.
question.
I think about 15 minutes, though. That probably means it was a natural childbirth, right?
Yeah, I'm about to say, because
it
with
was
cesarean.
started out natural, but it was 15 minutes because I was wrapped up in the umbilical cord.
You was?
Yeah.
What did you
So it
do?
took me. He didn't want to come out. I was like, let's go. It's time.
I'm gonna be the only twin. Damn it! No, because usually with a cesarean, I think there's a certain amount of time you have to go in and go out.
Right.
That's why I was just like, that 15 minutes can really mean life or death. But y'all both here, and it's crazy. Today is the first time I'm finding out that y'all are twins. I always see Twin 2.
Yeah.
But that's so when it was like the twins, I said from the 44, I said who the twins in? I'm like, wait a minute. So this is like super cool. Y'all ever play tricks on anybody?
Plead the fifth.
Oh, wait a minute.
We've had some fun over the years, for sure. We've had some fun.
Wait a minute. I know in the industry they be like, wait a damn minute. I just saw you. Because y'all literally, y'all doing the same hair. Look at
I know,
you
I
see
see.
they doing the same
Everything's the
hair. Y'all sit alike. Do y'all notice that?
Not really. It's just kind of natural.
Yeah.
I think for us, playing off each other, especially in this industry, it becomes a benefit. So, if he's getting in trouble with a guest or someone, then I can kind of step in and help out. So it's,
Oh
we
man.
try to play some tricks every once in a while.
Yeah, I actually have identical twin boys, too. So,
So, wow.
Wait,
yeah,
I thought you had triplets.
I do have triplets, but the 2 boys are identical, and then I have a brother.
Ah.
Yo, that's
Wow.
crazy.
That's interesting.
How does that happen?
But I have no idea. I mean, I tried. I guess I hit a
They-
home run, right?
How many? 3 for the man. If I could have got 3 for the price of one, I got 5 for the price of sheep. Ooh.
But the one thing that's different is one of my sons is left-handed, and the other one is right-handed. Is that the case with you guys, or?
No, we're both. No, we're right-handed. Right
yeah.
footed.
I didn't even think that's possible, right? Because if they have
Yeah.
the same exact DNA, how is it that you could have one of them with left hand and one of them with the right hand?
Right.
Yeah,
I
but
think
see,
they
all
played
my-
a trick on you. I think they
that
wanted
is-
to be different, or they were like, you know what? I'm gonna just stay with my left hand.
Okay.
So,
I'll go with that.
look, mine's was, which one is the smartest one?
That's another I think we're equally as smart.
For real.
That's a politically correct answer. Yeah.
No, because, I mean, let everyone know what you do, because there's a reason why we're here at the 4040 today. It wasn't just because they said, yeah, you can go in the... Nobody don't just get into the... Which room we in today?
The JayZ Lounge.
Yeah, you don't just be, oh, yeah, let me get back there, because I know it costs a coin. Matter of fact, are people even allowed in here?
They're allowed if they after paying a certain price. Of course.
Yeah, I was about to say. So the fact that I was escorted in the door, I ain't never came in before. I said, oh, shoot, Beyonce and them must have called and said, Mo coming. And then I found out, now the twins is here, and y'all run the joint. So how did that come about?
I'll let Sheldon start that.
All right.
Well, yeah, basically in 2003, I was the F&B and director of a hotel here in the city called the Paramount Hotel.
Okay.
And one of my liquor guys we were talking one day. He's like, hey, there's a really cool sports lounge opening up. I think you might be a good fit for them. So he just took my resume and brought it over to Jay and his partners, and they called me, and here we are 15 years later.
So both of y'all went or just you?
I went, I got hired, and then 6 months later,
It was like, hey, I
told
got a
him,
twin.
hey, I have someone that's just as good as I am.
Yo, that's
And
crazy.
he was working for
I was-
Disney for the ESPN zones, and
What-
then he came aboard.
When you got hired, did you get hired in as manager or what?
As
was-
manager, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you
On the
s-
spot.
Right on the owners, yeah.
Wow.
It was interesting because at first, when I heard of the concept, I was like, nah, I'm good. I used to manage this company called, a concept called the ESPN Zone, which you probably remember back in
Yeah.
the day. And I was like, no, I'm fine. I don't. I
What,
wasn't
dealing with
really-
athletes and
Well, I wasn't-
artists?
Back then, it was more of a huger, I think, market for that kind of family entertainment experience.
Matter of fact, didn't I
So
do
this
a
was the
show?
first.
Because I remember they cut me a nice check. Yeah, when y'all used to have them little wrap-up parties,
Right.
they be like, they want
Right.
you to come through. Sorry, it's last minute, but they got, I said, woo, 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 we there. Yes! Wow, that's, like,
Yeah.
this is, like, so super cool. Just to, like, find out that y'all twins on this day, and y'all both, so y'all run the 40-40.
Yes.
Just the New York one, because I know there's one in Atlantic City.
Well,
Is that
Atlantic
still-
City closed after the hurricanes.
Sandy, yeah.
But
So
it's
that
back
kinda-
popping out there now. Like, honestly, what's crazy is, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, and maybe, do y'all run like 40-40? Is it the brand or just the New York one?
Well, as a brand, we run the brand. Yeah.
Because the reason why I'm saying is because Atlantic City is back popping. Like, it's crazy. It's almost like it's Vegas. Like, they really, everybody from Philly goes out there to party.
Right.
And like this weekend, which is the weekend that my husband fights, which is August 4th weekend, fight weekend, the Hard Rock just actually opened back up. So like they're really bringing like
Right.
a heavy crowd out there, and everybody goes to the places. But I remember we went there 2 weeks ago, and we passed by where the 40-40. I thought it was still there,
Right.
But they was like, "Yo, remember?" They said, "Remember when Meek Mill came?" Like
Yeah.
it used to be so lit. It
Yeah.
was so crazy. That, and I think what's the name of that place? Revel,
Yeah.
whatever. That was there.
That was crazy, right?
That like that
But
whole
it
thing.
came up and then just like disappeared as soon as it came up.
Well,
right?
that
But I
was the
thought they got
last
bought
year.
out
The
by-
first year they opened was the last year we were open, and
Okay.
I think Beyonce did the opening party for
Yeah.
that. And I mean, Atlantic City had great energy for a period of time, but I think with the whole economy and stuff, when that kind of dipped, and they never really did the expansion as they had hoped. So that
Gotcha.
kind of just changed things. The hurricane came and just kind of put a level all that.
Yo,
off
it
of
did. It
Yeah.
was a ghost town at one
Yeah,
point.
for a
I
while.
remember, growing up, going to Atlantic City and then just walking the boardwalk. My brother used to tap dance out there. We was like, why is people
Wow.
throwing him money? But now people really be out there. Remember, there was a man out there that used to play the keyboard with his tongue. Like,
Wow,
if
wow.
you want to make it anywhere, you used to have to go to Atlantic City. That's where it was popping at. So, but now we're in New York City, 40-40. What are some of the challenges, I would say, not only being twins, but with this business? Because, all right, so granted, everybody knows 40-40 for JayZ, but how do you keep it current, relevant, and popping? Because now everybody got a spot, and I'm be honest, y'all ain't got no hookah, so how do y'all stay lit without nobody to smoke something?
Right.
For real.
Well, you know what separates us from most, I think, sports lounges? I mean, first of all, we're an upscale lounge, so people
Yeah.
they come here for a certain type of experience.
Yeah.
I think a couple things. Once you come into the 40-40 Club, you're gonna get great music.
Yeah.
The atmosphere is really cool.
Oh, yeah, it's always lit.
There's always someone cool in the building. We have a little motor there. Everyone's like, whoa.
Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
So they come here for a certain type of experience. So for 15 years of us operating, every time you come, you're like, okay, we expect something a little bit different. Someone might be here.
Okay.
We always kind of have a good time.
And it's regardless if we're slow or busy. If you come in here on an off night where there's no sports, it's just about the vibe. It's about the experience that we help create.
Yeah.
Our staff, and that's what's important.
Yeah, definitely
we don't
is a
really
vibe.
fall into there's things that different clubs do, and even though we're called the 40-40 Club, we're kind of a hybrid because we're just an upscale sports lounge. It's really what we are. And we want to provide good service, good food, great ambiance, and then people keep coming.
Yeah,
So-
what is 40?
One thing is the size of this place. I mean, I know a lot of people that are watching this, maybe
Ego.
they can't really see it, but this place is gigantic. I mean, it's
Yes.
like football stadium, there's stadium seating inside. If there's a fight or a game, there are plenty of places to go and sit down. So, just kind of maintaining a company, restaurant, a lounge, this size, I mean, there aren't many lounges this size in the city.
Grand opening, grand
And
closing.
you nailed it in there. That's one of the challenges that you're faced with when you have this size to deal with. And again, you kind of started with where 40-40 kind of came from. So it's a for those who don't know, it's a baseball term. So it represents 40
Yeah, I
home
was about
runs
to
and
say,
40
what did the
stolen
40
bases.
mean? Does
Yeah.
that mean? I thought maybe that's when Jay-Z bought it. He was 40 years old or something. Yeah,
I
I
made
was
his
like,
first 40 million, maybe.
yeah, I was like,
He was-
it's
he
always
was younger.
something. So what does it symbolize?
So it's 40 home runs and 40 stolen bases in one season. So it's an elite group of baseball players that have accomplished that feat. It's a combination of speed and strength, which is very unique in athletes. You know, you have
Yeah.
some athletes that are very, very strong. You have some that are very, very fast. But these guys are both. You have Alex Rodriguez, Jose Canseco,
Wait, A-Rod? That's-
A-Rod.
Really?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Jose Canseco was the first one to do it, and then Barry Bonds came behind, and then
I remember.
A-Rod, and then the last person was Alfonso Soriano.
Yeah.
So, all right, what's the importance of like, let's just be real with it. Everybody thinks that, because this is considered a sports bar, it's not considered a club, right? Is it?
But no, I mean we're a sports club if you want to call it a sports club. We're a hybrid.
Everybody thinks like, what's the name of that show? Power. Everybody thinks everybody just be.
We're the ghosts of the industry.
That's what I'm saying. Would y'all be considered like ghosts? What ghosts do?
Well, I couldn't tell you.
Hey, we'll leave that there. Leave that there. What are some of the downsides? Because this place is huge, and I know it costs a cute coin to run. What are some of the downsides to it? Because people just think like, I mean, y'all look like y'all from New York?
From the Virgin Islands.
Okay, I'm about to say, y'all
Same
sound like y'all
yeah.
from somewhere. But y'all very well mannered. That's why I'm like, they not from here. They might, I been down south and moved up here when y'all was 15.
Right.
But no, it's just like, what are some of the downsides? Because a lot of people just think, this is not just club promotion. They posters fly up, we got somebody cool through.
Right.
Like, I'm just taking, we could cuss like, this is real shit. This is
Right.
real life. So if it don't do good, hey yo, what's up with the twins? Have you ever got one of those calls? Did I sound like Sheldon? Did I sound like Jason? Did I a little bit? Not Carter, maybe Carver.
Those are the calls you don't want to get.
Yeah.
But you know, they're always going to be challenging times. I think once you stay consistent
Yeah.
throughout the course of the year,
Yeah.
it'll all balance out. But there are some times where it's challenging. As Sheldon mentioned earlier, we're not the typical club. You have your promoters and so forth that kind of keep you afloat, that bring people there.
Yeah.
We're solely based on your experience. So you come in here and you're going to go tell a friend to come hang out here because
Yeah,
it's a
cause
cool
them
atmosphere.
wings.
Wings are amazing. You
Oh
gotta come
my
for the
God.
wings, yeah.
That was so gluttonous of me. But them
We're
wings,
gonna have some here for you in a minute. We're gonna make sure.
I can't even do that dance my kids be doing.
So, guys, I'm sure there's a bunch of people that are watching this podcast,
Yeah.
and they're interested in either starting a restaurant or a lounge. What kind of advice would you give them on what it is that they needed to do before they kind of made the jump into opening a lounge?
Don't
Yeah.
do it. I mean,
That's the truth, though.
This is one of the
How about-
hardest industries, I think, and it's I think because sometimes perception isn't reality in this situation, in that you perceive there to be a lot of easy cash flow
Yeah.
coming into most of your nightclubs, and that's just not the case. So you have to take your time to build a brand. You have to do a lot of your market research and understand what the people want in that situation, and then you have to deliver on all fronts, and for a consistent period of time. So, I mean, you're setting expectations for yourself to be able to come in and sustain, a business like this and generate X amount of revenue, but you're really trying to figure out who your clientele are and what they're going to want to see 6 months down the road and 3 years down the road.
Yeah, that's what I'm about
and
to
so
say. Do
forth and
y'all
so
have
forth.
like a focus group or anybody that brings y'all, or do y'all do it yourself? There are a lot of people who are out there on their own, just like feeling out the marketplace. Or there are places is there any place that 40/40 looks to be like, yeah, we got to be consistent, or is this, because y'all honestly really in y'all own league. I've seen a lot of places come and go. We've seen, and I would just say just New York overall. This is one of the places, New York, Miami, LA, Atlanta. This is one of the places that people come to party, to relax. And I know that as soon as I mention 40/40, people go crazy.
Right.
Because this ain't one of the places you could just get into. The eliteness of it, but yet the comfortability. So you walk in and you feel like it feels like home, but it feels like,
Right.
it honestly feels like, damn, like I ain't know the whole Conseco, whatever the man name is. Like I ain't know all about that. You automatically just think that, oh, I come here and I might see JayZ.
JayZ.
That's what people think. So how did y'all break through that? Like, listen, JayZ ain't gonna be here all the time. He might not be here none of the time.
But
Because
we
every time
here.
I come here, I always see Fab, Jeezy, Kevin Hart,
Right.
all the Def Jam.
And the
But it's-
Twins.
Yep, the twins.
Yeah,
now I realize it wasn't you all the time. It was. That's crazy. Like, I gotta rewind my mind. I'm like, yo, I'm really going
I'm gonna
crazy.
tell you another secret. So I had locks for a period of time.
Yes.
Right. And I just cut them off in November to just
my
kind of
God.
confuse the game again. So we figured, why not?
Wait, did you have locks too?
Way back in the day.
Yeah, I cut my. So I
show
started
your
growing
picture.
So
my
people
hair.
like thought you had to
I
be
started
like.
growing my hair first. Then he started right after me,
Damn,
and then I
number
cut
two.
mine first, and then he waited till he was 40. So by the way, we're both 40 at the 40.
We all 40 up in this country. We the 40 club for real, for real. Hello, cause you know when you say it twice, like, oh, this dude is lit. It's lit. We 40 for real. Hello, ain't no sense acting like I'm 20 cause my knee I fell 2 weeks ago. I'm actually still. I need to get a cane.
It's different now.
Yeah,
It's different.
they-
40
yeah.
is not the new 20.
They lied. 40 is the new 50 from 5 cause whew,
So, guys-
but she's still on fire.
Could you just kind of run us through a typical day? Like when you get in here, I'm assuming you get in here pretty early. What does your day look like? Let's say that there's a big fight coming on tonight. What would you do?
Oh, yeah.
To kind of get it
So,
together.
so we kind of have we start planning our the next day, tomorrow, today. So we kind of have our expectation of what's going on the night before, even the week before. So we obviously know what big events are coming up, and we're planning and
Do y'all have
strategizing.
in-house promotion? That's what I want to ask.
We do in-house promotion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So, for instance, if there's a big fight coming up, we
Gotcha.
know obviously months in advance when it
Your
is.
husband
So we
this
start,
Saturday or next
Yeah.
week.
sending out
Planning
blasts and so forth from our database that we have to reach out to people. And, our
Gotcha.
staff is involved in that with their social media and so forth. But we, from an operational standpoint, besides the preparing for the upcoming events, we get in here, we just make sure the club is show ready. So we close it to be show ready, but in case we miss something at night, the next day it's about, okay, let's button up, whatever loose ends we have, staffing levels, product in the kitchen, things that we may need at the bar, just your basic things that you need to operate. And then once we open, this is like an engine, a well-oiled machine. So once it's open, it's going.
I would say y'all don't have no days closed. Y'all
We
open
don't, 7 days a week.
Rain, snow.
Yeah, so things that may happen on the fly, if we run out of something, we have ways of, just putting in an order really quick to get it, make sure we have here for the next day. If we sell more 40 wings than we anticipated because it was a busy night.
Oh, Mo
for instance,
coming.
tonight after the show, we have a big networking event later on tonight, so we're just make sure that we have enough product for that.
Gotcha.
And once that's going, it's about the guest. And in this industry, you can't really reinvent the wheel. It's always about the guest. It's been that way since, whenever this started, and it will be that way for hundreds of years to come. So once you're trying to anticipate the guest needs and you're providing a product, it's clean, it's what the guests want. And then, you have those misses where sometimes you don't, something's late, then you have to be able to have a, whatever plan of action that we have to make sure that the guests leave happy.
Gotcha.
In case you have a miss. So, and a lot of this is by the fly, because every situation is different, every guest is different.
Mm-hmm.
So even though it might be the same thing, you have to react to the guest differently.
Do y'all have families? Like, are y'all married or?
Not married. We
I
are
have
the
a son.
youngest of 5.
Wait, so mama wasn't playing.
Yeah.
Wait, 5?
Those
So,
were
and
jokes.
y'all the only twins?
Yeah.
Yes.
The youngest of 5, and you have a son. You have any children?
No kids, none that I know of.
Because I was
But,
about to
yeah,
say,
no kids.
because you're literally always here, right?
Yeah, we're here a lot.
So what? Yeah, what he said? What did your day consist of? What time does your day start, and what time is it over? There really is no hours,
Well,
right?
my son doesn't live with me, but when my son did live with me at that point in time, it was much longer days.
Oh, he grown.
Yeah, he's 3. So
Oh.
he's not that grown.
Oh, you
but-
can't leave him at the house by himself.
Yeah, no.
You know, I be wondering, y'all leave him at the house? Yeah. Aw.
But it's, our day would start, honestly, my phone will start ringing at 10 a.m. every day. So regardless of what time I get home, like mostly on Friday, Saturday night, I get home at 6 in the morning.
Oh, my God.
My phone's back on at 10 a.m. It's ringing,
Emails,
and my
ringing,
day
there's
starts.
something, our day starts. We might not be physically in the club, but
Still.
we're operating. We'll come into the club 4, 3, all depends on what's going on that night.
Oh, my God, I would go crazy. Has there ever been a time where you be like, yo, twin 1 or twin 2, like, yo, I'm done. I gotta fall back, and he'd be like, nah. Like, do y'all glean from each other? How do y'all balance each other out? Cause there ain't no such thing as all the days, good days, then there's the bad days. Like, how do y'all balance it out? For anybody that's looking to get into this industry, especially honestly, doing business with family ain't the easiest. And I can only imagine, like, even though y'all cool as shit, I know it'd be dead to be like, yo, I want to punch twin in the face because he should have did it my way. I was right, even though I was born 15 minutes later. You know what I mean?
That happens quite often, actually.
Oh man, did it happen today?
Not today. Not today. But it all balances out. I mean, really, it's at the end of the day, if someone makes a bad call, a judgment decision, we support each other in getting it fixed, and then we address it, and then we move on from it.
Yeah. We don't ever show our frustration in front of anyone. So I don't. There's probably, and you can count on one hand, anyone for our entire lives has seen us frustrated with each other. Period. So
You know, I've never seen you frustrated because there been times, it be stuff that be happening. I'll be like, oh man, I gotta tell somebody, and then literally anytime I've had an issue like with anything, like you really come through. Honestly, I didn't even know. I knew that you were a part of this establishment, but I thought you worked for Def Jam. Cause I was like, oh, he must work for Def Jam. He makes sure everything. I thought you were in charge of the JayZ's, this room, and I was like, oh man, he probably got this shit on lock. Cause every time we come through, I was like, yo, this should be
Well,
lit.
there's times when I feel like I work for Def Jam and Rock Nation and
Yes.
everybody else.
Like you the boy. Anytime it's a problem, yo, you the boy. You make it happen. So last thing before we end, cause like I'll keep on talking. Like I love getting information and knowledge about things that you would just least expect. You know what I'm saying? You see somebody and you just never know what they do on a day-to-day basis. Then you might not know that they have a twin. So out there, if anybody, what's y'all social media? Let's get that out. Or where they can follow y'all. Just say
Follow at the 4040 Club.
Oh, at the 4040 Club. That's 40/.
Club.
Okay.
4040, yeah.
So follow that, and just some last things you want to give out, like out
But
there.
hold on, I got a couple questions there.
Oh, go ahead.
So first off, I know a lot of people want to know what is the best night to come to see celebrities. I know I've come here a bunch
Oh,
of
yeah,
times.
yeah, yeah.
I see Fab, I see Rihanna, I
Right.
see a bunch of people. But what is a good night to come? If you're in New York, you want to see a.
Because you know when you get the juicy gospel gonna come in.
Fortunately for us, and being in New York, it could be any night.
Right.
So it doesn't. A night for us doesn't dictate who's going to be here, because even again, celebrities in New York go out every night.
Yeah.
So so I can't say a good night for people to come and see celebrities, but our busy nights or our club nights where we have a DJ and it's a little more of a party would be Friday and Saturday nights.
Got it.
Really?
What about like for NBA games, football games?
Yeah.
Like what if I'm? Because I know a lot of people they come here, they want to see celebrities. They want to. I mean, if not, just the allure of seeing a celebrity, right? Like
right.
Rihanna might pop in or Jay-Z might pop in. So what would be a good day? A football game, baseball game, basketball game?
I know
All
when
of the
basketball
above.
season was lit.
Yeah. Everyone knows us
And
for
the Super Bowl season was
Yeah.
lit. It's always lit
I know.
here.
anytime it's
Like,
playoffs.
I'm trying to
we're-
think of
yeah,
like, nah,
playoff
no,
season.
hold
We're
on.
popping for sure.
Because it's Monday now.
And then is it always easy to get in here, or is there times of the year where you gotta like get on the list? I know
I
that
can
there've
answer
been
that.
parties and stuff like
You
that.
guys know what? Any other? I'm gonna tell you, y'all security. That's what I love. It's sorry, like it's, and that's what I don't like. Anytime it's easily accessible for people to just walk up, or you see a girl that just walk up and just like, I don't want to go in there because it just gives me a feel. But I remember Adrian Broner had a fight. Well, he fought at the Barclays,
yeah.
and like we pulled up, and he didn't make it out that night, but his fiance's mom and dad came through, and when we pulled up, like, and they were like, they was their first time in New York, and it's their first time out, and they had such a great time. Like they're from Ohio, so they talked about this. So now people from Ohio be like, yo, we gotta go. People have hit me like, yo, I gotta go there.
Yeah.
It's like at 44. I would say this: the way y'all have it, it's an experience. You have to experience
It's like if you
It's a vibe.
you know about it. Everybody knows the 4040 Club, right? Like any
Yeah.
club that you might have heard about 5-10 years ago doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah.
But the 4040 Club is always here. Everybody's talking about it, and it's still popping. That's the thing.
Like
too.
it's
15
almost
years
like
later,
it's coming back
you
out
can come
again. Like
and
it's
still popping.
what's that word? It's like the rebirth.
Coming soon, there'll be others. So in the
The
works.
40/40
So we can-
kiosk, where you can be walking to the mall and get you a 40/40 wing.
got-
Don't
we got-
sleep.
got
There's a
two
4040
markets.
Club in Atlanta Airport.
For real?
Yeah, the D
Terminal
terminal.
D, yeah.
Terminal D.
Wait a minute. I
There's
saw.
in Barclays too.
And Barclays.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep. And I'm working on a few others that we'll announce shortly. So there's definitely.
Are y'all
some-
gonna open one in Philly? Because that's almost like where.
Meek,
I
what's
don't
up?
Like for real, because isn't he right
Let's
now?
go.
No, because they have everything. They have the. That would be dope to even do like a 40/40 on wheels or something. Like because they have Made in America that comes in.
Right.
Even if they do it for that.
A pop-up.
But I forgot. Yeah, 40/40 pop. Do y'all do that?
We don't, but we're looking at those options. Yeah.
Yeah, we are. Yo, you have anything else, Frank? Because I
love the idea, just seeing like two young brothers that kind of came
Yes.
together, and the idea that the JayZ is a brother that started it, brought in two brothers to run it, and it's been so successful. And I mean,
Yeah.
that's just great to see.
And for you to
I mean,
bring your
it's
brother on, how he was like, yo, if y'all think I'm dope, I got
Right.
somebody just as dope. And then you bring it, you didn't tell them it was your brother, it was your twin. Could you imagine?
He just showed up. He's like, what? Y'all look alike?
Yo, for real?
Something like that.
Yo, that's so dope, because I ain't putting none of my brothers on. Like, they crazy. I'm scared. No, I got my brother this one job, and every day I had to go, because I knew the owner. It's a real nice spot. I was like, how's he doing? He was like, no, he said, the only problem he had with my brother, he said he's too nice. I wish everyone was as approachable
Wow.
as him. And he was
That's a
like,
good problem.
the only bad thing about that is because Philly is almost like New York and Baltimore. It's aggressive
You have
people.
to add
So when
that.
you're so nice, like people take advantage of that.
Right.
And what's crazy, that's crazy. That's the only problem they had with him. But one thing I love about y'all is that y'all are ahead of the game. Like, it feels like this is like a whole rebirth. And like, thank you so much for allowing us to be here today with the Little Mo Show. Like, that's
Thank you.
that's
We're happy.
major. Shout out to Next Level Publishing. Shout out to OG Podcast Network. Shout out to my whole family. Shout out to the 4040 Club. And shout out to everybody that's like coming through and everybody that's paying attention to us talking in these interviews. Because if you don't watch, they're all my damn kids. Ooh, because there's a lot of them motherfuckers that they won't eat. Shit, I got 5.
Wow.
But the oldest about to be 16, so I can leave them at the
Nice.
house. Hey! Yes, and Fred, you want to give some shout outs? Thank yous?
Well, thank you for having us. I mean, it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful. Hopefully, next time I show up, I get on the guest list. And I can
You're
get
good. You're taken care of.
Hello?
All right.
Direct connect. You got it.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, that's it. It's the Little Mo Show. Catch us next time. We out. Hey, what's up? It's your girl Little Mo, and so many people have been asking, how can I be a part of the Little Mo Show? Well, I'm glad you asked. Do you want to be a part of the audience? Do you want to come in and sit your ass down and get some kiki, ha ha, ooh, ooh, hees? Yes, well then text LILMO, which is Lil Mo, to 31996. And somebody get back to you. But we ain't paying for your parking, and we damn sure ain't giving you no gas money. You gotta get here, because it's free! So if you want to come see me, text Lil Mo to 31996. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, hurry up, because ain't nobody else here but me.